Good morning. My name is Susan Perry, and I use she, her pronouns. I serve this congregation as a pastoral care associate, and I am on the Finance, Endowment, and Memorial Fund Subcommittee. I am co-leading the service this morning as worship associate. Our reflection speaker today is our pastor, Michele Townsend Grove. Welcome to our special place. At the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Quad Cities, we welcome all people into our beloved community of whatever age, race, class, ethnicity, physical ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or religious background. We welcome especially those joining us for the first time. We live stream our services, and those recordings are then saved in our UUCQC YouTube channel. If you do not wish to appear in these recordings, you may sit under the owl's nest by the bookshelves. We invite everyone to join us downstairs after service for coffee, snacks, and conversation. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for that. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Good morning, my friends. It is good to have you with us today. My name is Michele Townsend Grove, and I use she, her pronouns. We open this service today with words from the ancient Persian poet Rumi. You just heard them, but here again. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. You are invited to take a moment, center your body and spirit. Bring your authentic self and be present in this place. For here, diversity of thought and experience are celebrated. Come, whoever you are, just as you are. Let us worship together. And now, as Susan lights the chalice, let us recite in unison our reading, which appears both in the order of service and on the display. As we light our chalice, we remember that we are blessed to be in community. Love is at the center of who we are and all we do. And now you are invited, as you're willing and able, to stand or sit or enjoy as we sing together our opening song in Sweet Fields of Autumn. There's an insert in your service, in your order of service, or the lyrics will be projected on the screen. Come, let us bring our voices together.
Please remain lifted up in the spirit of love and fellowship. Let us now acknowledge the holy in our midst by briefly greeting those around us, especially those we do not know. Yes.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
Yeah.
Hi, Daryl.
Are we on? Are we on? Good. Oh my word, it's good. And look, I didn't even have to say that with children, youth, and anybody else who wants to be up front, come. They're just here. But anybody else who wants to come join us, please do. And I'm wondering if I could start with a volunteer, just while you're sitting. Okay, will the three of you in the front do me a favor, okay? Will you work together and see if you can get all the toothpaste out of this tube, okay? Here, let's go ahead and sit down, and then we'll show everybody. And you're going to want to keep it on the plate. Yes, keep it on the plate. Okay, so they're squeezing it out. Good, yeah, come on in, this is good. Yep, so squeezing, and you don't have to get it all out, that's it, but get it all out of the tube. All right, now, while they're working on that, do I have another volunteer from up here? Let's see, would you like to volunteer? Okay, so you come up here and stand with me. Is that okay? If you're comfortable coming up here, okay? All right, now go ahead and stop, okay? Now, can you pick up the plate with the toothpaste and on, okay? And can you show everybody out here, right? Can they see it without spilling it? Yeah, good. Now I want you to pick someone else and hand it to them and see if they'll help me with the next step. Who do you think can help? Don't worry, we'll have other Sundays where you can all do something. Okay, are you ready? This is what you get to do. You get to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Good trying. What do y'all think? Is this possible? Look at that. Here, may I hold the tube real quick? Good job.
Squeeze the tube.
It's. What do you think? Do you think that's possible?
No. Yeah.
You think? I don't know.
Squeeze the tube.
I know, right?
This might take me a couple hours.
Well, okay. All right, here, I'll take it now because you're giving it a good shot. Okay, Sam, look at that. He gave it a noble effort. All our volunteers and everybody. That was something, right? All right, so there's a message here for us. You ready? This is also true for our words. When we speak words, it's hard to take them back and put them back into the tube. So whenever we speak something that hurts somebody's feelings or harms them, it doesn't go back into the tube very well, does it? Just like the toothpaste doesn't go back into this tube very well. And I appreciate the effort because you said maybe in a couple of hours. And yeah, and sometimes we can repair harm. But I want you all to think about that this week because we are in the midst of Thanksgiving. And this is a month where in our congregation, we're celebrating gratitude. That means giving thanks and appreciating people. And that means saying positive things to people and really appreciating what they do instead of saying hurtful and mean things. So let's remember this the next time we speak. Is what I'm going to say, will I have to put it back into the tube? Will it work? You think you can do that? All right, my friends, thanks for being here. It's good to see you all.
Good morning. I'm Barbara Thompson, a member of the pastoral care team. As we gather today, we pause to reflect on what lies in our hearts. In this time of sharing, we take a moment to recognize our personal joys and sorrows and to read from the book of joys and sorrows, those personal life events you have chosen to share with us. We have some joys today in our book from Karen Crouch and Alice Traylor. Give thanks to all who helped with last Thursday's community meal. And a couple from Marcy, my granddaughter Ariana, as of last evening, is engaged to be married to her boyfriend Mason. And David has a job interview. Yay! Do we have any joys or sorrows online this morning?
One second. No. Not at the moment.
Okay, thank you. We don't have any sorrows in our book. We just remember the sorrows that we hold in our hearts. Let us become aware of the energy that brings us together in beloved community as we share a time of silent meditation. May we open our minds and hearts to a place of quiet, to a silent prayer for the healing of pain and the comfort of love. Following our quiet meditation, we will enter a time of musical meditation during which you are invited to come forward and light a candle. May we discover a sense of peace and fulfillment in the quiet, in the music, and in the light.
So hear these words, my friends. It's a poem titled Power Prayer, written by Becky Brooks, who started with me as a religious educator in Baltimore, Maryland, back in the early 2000s. She and her family still live in that area. Spirit of life, I have witnessed a loud love, an out loud love that challenges me. I did not recognize it at first, the rumble of an ocean I had long been under. But here it is right now, and it looks just like the whole world could be. It doesn't play nice. Why should it? When nice has only ever played it a lullaby. This love demands. A love so loud it rocks at the feet of children who can't find their path home across the pipeline or any other way. This love is indifferent to tolerance. It invites you into your own heart where God, love self, has come to take tea with you. Drink and know that like the other love, this love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. This out loud love makes no secret of its aim to get you free. But first, set fires. Throw the poison to the ground. Match the love sound for sound. Spirit of life, come and bring everyone. We're giving birth to something new. Blessed be.
This congregation is a theologically diverse religious community with membership open to all who are in accord with our values, mission, and vision. Our congregation is entirely self-governed through the democratic process. One of the privileges of our free church tradition is to provide all of the financial support for our many ministries from amongst ourselves. Generosity, therefore, is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and our institutional well-being. This month's undesignated plate offering will go to the American Indian College Fund. We invite you now to participate in the blessing of giving as the ushers come among you to accept the gifts of the congregation. Please be as generous as you are able. For all the gifts of time and treasure that you give to this congregation, with sincere gratitude, we thank you.
So before I give the message, I just have one question for you. Did anybody else feel like dancing during the offertory? Okay, I did. Thank you. I felt it. So if you're dancing in your seat and enjoying the music, totally affirmed. All right, my friends. So you may know this story well. In 1955, a black woman in Montgomery, Alabama sits down on a city bus. Soon she is arrested because she refused to give up her seat to a boarding white passenger. Because according to the law of that time in Montgomery, Alabama, it was mandatory for a person who identified as black to give up their seat to someone who identified as white. Does anybody know who this is?
Rosa Parks.
This is correct. Claudette Coven. Good job. In March 1955, I'll catch you up, Claudette Coven, a 15-year-old student, boarded the bus after a day in a segregated school. She tells the story that she was inspired by all those people who she was learning about in school who stood up for their rights because of their skin color. She was learning about people like Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman. And yet, maybe you all were thinking not of Claudette Coven, maybe you were thinking of Rosa Parks. Thank you for playing along. Rosa Parks was also arrested for the same reason in December of the same year. And Rosa Parks was specifically chosen for this premeditated act because she fit the profile that the Montgomery First Day with the New Lips, Montgomery activists believed would receive the best press for this well-organized Montgomery bus boycott. You see, we remember Rosa Parks for this amazing act of bravery and what it represents. And Rosa Parks should be commended for the part that she played. It was amazing, and she had courage. And yet today I am reflecting on all those unsung heroes who do so much and remain unnoticed. Claudette Coven was 15 years old when she did this in Montgomery in March before the December event. She was not the first one either. There were others before her. But she was arrested and taken to an adult prison and was ridiculed by the police. Coven did play an active role in the Montgomery bus boycott. She was a part of the lawsuit that eventually led to better laws and fairer treatment. And years later, her criminal record was expunged. But it wasn't until recently that many of us start to know about her role and her work. And we start to see the brilliance of the well-organized civil rights action that was taking place. My friends, there's a lot of people in our lives around the world, both near and far, who make contributions and they remain unnoticed. Who knows the early 19th century paleontologist who began collecting fossils to support her family? This was on the cliffs of the Lyme Regis in England. Later, her collection and research would greatly contribute to our modern understanding of dinosaur distinction. Does anybody know her name? Mary Anning. Oh, I should give prizes. So, no. Yes, Mary Anning, exactly. How about this one? Among other things, she invented many things during and before World War II. One of her greatest achievement was the co-invention with another person, Joe Antiel. It was an unjammable technology. It was a system that could guide torpedoes and prevent communication interceptions in World War II. The thing that was so profound is not only did it help the war effort, but this technology actually laid the groundwork for today's wireless communications like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Does anybody know who that is? Hedy Lamarr. Yes, isn't this? Look at you all. This is so cool. How about this one? The U.S. Cabinet Secretary of Labor from 1933 to 1935. Put your phones away. Put your phones away. I see you. Oh, you all are good. This was during the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration. Her work with the Labor Department established minimum wage and fair labor laws. Francis Perkins. How about the Japanese diplomat of Lithuania who defied orders from his government? He was relieved of his duties, but not before he helped more than 6,000 Jews escape the Nazi regime. I gotcha. Stumped you. Chayun Sugihara. Chayun Sugihara. How about that African-American chemist who graduated from College of Hawaii with a graduate degree? Developed a chemical method of extracting the kava root that actually helped in many medical procedures, and then went on to actually learn how to extract the right ingredients from the chalamungra tree so that they could actually find a cure for leprosy. This was in 1915. Anybody know who that was? Look her up. Her name is Alice Ball. So she was 23 years old when she did this work. She died a year later at the age of 24. Her success was claimed by her supervisor, a male supervisor. Surprise, surprise, that's right. And then another one of my favorites is Emmy Noether, brilliant mathematician who lived in Germany in the early 20th century and is now credited with aiding Albert Einstein in the creation of his general theory of relativity. According to Helene Becker's children's book, and by the way, this is a great book. The book is titled Emmy Noether, the Most Important Mathematician You Never Heard Of. That's the title. Becker says, and I quote, Einstein's theory of explained how time, space, mass, and gravity are all connected. Yet there was a hole in his theory. It seemed as in his theory, energy was disappearing, unquote. So since energy cannot be created or destroyed, this was a conundrum. Since Emmy fell outside the bounds of traditional roles of science and research, she was used to pushing boundaries and creating new pathways to work with her math. This skill provided her an ability to think broadly and to think in new ways that may not be traditional. By using her broad view, Emmy discovered that in Einstein's theory, energy was not disappearing, it was actually showing up further away and in unexpected places. This discovery filled the hole in Einstein's theory. And yet it is only within the past few years that Emmy Noether is actually gaining any recognition for the work that she played in that. I won't go into it today, but even Einstein's wife, Mileva Merrick, was a brilliant scientist. And it is thought that some of what Einstein created is actually her work. I'm still researching that one, but I'm fascinated by that, and I'm going to start digging a little bit more. So my friends, as I dug into this research and I followed the different rabbit trails for information, including children's books, don't just go to the encyclopedias or the web. Children's books have some amazing things in them. I found these fascinating stories and more even to research. These stories were not only about successes and all the contributions that these people gave to the society, these stories were also about the challenges that come when your work is unnoticed and discredited. I'm still reflecting on this question. What must it be like to work hard and have so much to share, only to have the world around you ignore you and your contribution? Think about it. Alice Ball is quoted in her high school yearbook by saying, "I work and work, and still it seems that I have done nothing." The story of these people may ring true in your own heart because maybe you have experienced something similar. It is possible that you have made contributions to your work, to your community, to your family, to your congregation that have gone unnoticed. Many of you know how it feels to work hard and see that nothing you do has been recognized. It's an awful feeling. And on the part of those who do not notice or recognize, it can be an awful oversight. Our theme for this month is nurturing gratitude. On Thanksgiving Day, which is also celebrated by the First Nations people as a national day of mourning, we often give thanks for those gifts and those people that are in our lives. I wonder if this year we dig deeper. Instead of simply showering thanks on the things and people which are obvious, what if we looked to those that we may often overlook? It is so good to be thankful for our family and our friends and all those blessings around us. Don't give that up. But how can we, in addition, be thankful for those unnoticed people who support our family and ourselves? Who are the people that we may take for granted or not notice at all? This week, I hope you'll go deeper with that thought and reflection. And here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Quad Cities, I've seen you go deeper, and we can continue to do so. How can we continue to recognize and appreciate the gifts that do not always appear on the surface? It's easy to say thank you on Sunday morning to those we see. So for example, in a service like this, it's very easy to say thank you to the pastor or a speaker or the service leader or the music. But what about those behind the scenes? Do you all know how much work it takes to make this happen? What about the tech team, the sound person, those who create the slides, the greeters, the money counters, those who provide childcare in an absolutely beautiful and loving environment, those who are working to keep us safe, those who make sure there are candles in place and hymnals ready to go. I want to take this public moment to say thank you to all of you. And to those of you who have yet to be named, we are also deeply grateful for your work with this community and congregation. When I come in during the week and I see all the work that's happening behind the scenes to keep the building alive and well, to keep programs running, to keep people together, I am in deep awe. I believe that gratitude is one of those gifts that ripples out. May our gratitude start to ripple out and create joy and ease and appreciation. And as we share our gratitude beyond what is expected, what is easy, I also believe that that act has the power to shift. Is it possible that our gratitude is one of the tools that can shift a world that is hurting? Blessed be.
And now, please rise in body or spirit for our closing song, number 34 in the Gray Hymnal, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire. The lyrics will also be projected on the video monitor. You may be seated for a few announcements. Tonight is our annual Interfaith Thanksgiving celebration. Pastor Michele Townsend Grove and John DeGreve will participate in the leadership with others from the interfaith community. We hope that members of the UUCQC will join this interfaith community as we celebrate the joy of thanks and the joy of giving. It is hosted this year by the Metropolitan Community Church of the Quad Cities, today at 5 p.m. with fellowship and refreshments to follow. The order of service does say 6 o'clock, but it's 5 o'clock. Also, don't forget to order your holiday wreaths. They can be shipped anywhere in the U.S., and we make around $10 for every wreath sold. There is a QR code on the poster by the stairs, or see Diane Anderson for more information. Melanie Landa has extra vouchers for the Texas Roadhouse rolls and cinnamon butter. Please see her after church if you would like one. She will be in the kitchen. I also just heard that the speaker from the project will not be here today, so the 11:30 talk by him is canceled and will be rescheduled. Finally, let me draw your attention to the additional announcements printed on the back of your order of service. If you have an announcement for our Sunday service, please send it to the office at uucqc.org by 12 noon on Thursday before the service. And now rise in body or spirit as Michele extinguishes our chalice, let us join together in the unison reading which appears in your order of service and on the display. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We close with words from Reverend Michelle Collins. Our worship ends, but the practice of noticing continues. May you discover treasures hiding in tomorrow's ordinary moments, the warmth of morning coffee, a stranger's kindness, the miracle of lungs that breathe without asking. Go forth, gathering what is already here. Go in peace, and please remain seated for the postlude.